So today, we're open sourcing the first set of our LLaMA 3 models at 8 billion and 70 billion parameters. They have best-in-class performance for their scale.
Meta just dropped a major surprise in the world of AI with their latest creation, LLaMA 3, shaking up the industry like never before with the incredible features packed into this powerhouse of technology. But what makes LLaMA 3 so special? How does it stack up against other AI giants like OpenAI's GPT-3? Big tech companies like Meta are pouring a huge amount of money into this stuff, pushing the boundaries of what AI can do. They're creating these super smart programs called large language models, or LLMs for short. These LLMs are the brains of the operation, gathering tons of text from the internet and using it to learn how to speak and write just like humans. Now, experts predict that by 2032, the market for this kind of AI will be worth a mind-boggling $1.3 trillion. That's a crazy amount of cash, and it shows just how big this AI stuff is gonna be. So what's the big deal about Meta's latest creation, LLaMA 3? Well, it's Meta's latest open source LLM, which means it's available for anyone to use and play around with. LLaMA 3 is like a language genius. It can do all sorts of stuff like writing stories, translating languages, and even answering questions. And the best part? You can run it on different platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure with just a few clicks. Like seriously, how cool is that? LLaMA 3 is like a language genius, but it's not just about the fancy tech stuff. Meta's decision to make LLaMA 3 open source could have some big implications for the future of AI. It means more people can get their hands on this powerful tool and use it to create amazing things. So what's the story here? Well, Meta's not messing around when it comes to making top-notch language AI available to everyone. LLaMA 3 is all about leveling the playing field, giving people like us access to some seriously impressive tech. They're setting the bar high for performance and intelligence, and other companies are scrambling to keep up. LLaMA 3 is like the iPhone of language models, sleek, powerful, and packed with cool features. What sets LLaMA 3 apart from its older sibling LLaMA 2? Well, Meta's been tinkering under the hood, making all sorts of upgrades to make it run smoother and faster. We're talking about a super efficient tokenizer, group query attention, or GQA for better speed, and the ability to handle longer sentences of words without breaking a sweat. LLaMA 3 also got a serious education. Meta fed this a whopping 15 trillion tokens of data from all over the internet, covering everything from ancient history to computer code. And believe it or not, all that learning paid off big time. It can reason, write code, and even follow complex instructions like a champ. Plus, it's acing tests left and right, beating out other open models on all sorts of benchmarks. ARC, Drop, MMLU, you name it, LLaMA 3 crushes it. Meta's gone all out, pushing the limits of what these massive language models can do. They've tinkered and tweaked until they reach performance levels that'll make your jaw drop. With LLaMA 3, they've raised the bar sky high. How'd they do it? Well, Meta's been hard at work behind the scenes, fine-tuning every little detail to perfection. They've beefed up the model's ability to follow instructions, reason things out, and even write code like a professional. And the best part? They've managed to do all this while keeping errors to a minimum and making sure the responses are as diverse as they come. But Meta didn't stop there. They've put LLaMA 3 through the ringer, testing it out in all sorts of real-world scenarios. And you know what they found? LLaMA 3 doesn't just hold its own, it crushes the competition. Sorry, Claude, Mistral, and GPT 3.5. Better luck next time. Now, let's talk about the workings of LLaMA 3's architecture. Sure, it might sound like a bunch of jargon, but Meta's made some key tweaks to the way it operates, and it's paying off big time. To make language processing simple, they've expanded the model's vocabulary and improved the tokenizer. Plus, they've adopted GQA to make the whole process even more efficient. And get this, they've trained the model on super long sentences of words, so it's not just good at understanding sentences, it's also good at going through entire documents. Now, the 15 trillion tokens of high-quality data, that's 7 times more than its predecessor, LLaMA 2, and believe it or not, they didn't just stop in English. Nope, Meta cast its net wide, including coding data and over 30 other languages in the mix. The amazing thing is that Meta didn't just throw all that data into the model at random. Oh no. They go through a rigorous process to remove the unnecessary material and preserve only the best. They ensured that the dataset was spotless and ready for use by applying advanced methods like NSF detection and heuristic filtering. Now, let's talk about responsibility. Meta knows that with great power comes great responsibility, so they've taken some serious steps to make sure LLaMA 3 is safe and sound. They've put developers in the driver's seat, giving them the tools they need to use the model responsibly. From fine-tuning instructions to rigorous testing, and is leaving no stone unturned when it comes to keeping LLaMA 3 in check. And it doesn't stop there. Meta's rolled out a whole suite of tools like LLaMA Guard 2 and Code Shield to make sure that any code generated by LLaMA 3 is secure and reliable. Plus, they've put together a handy responsible use guide to give developers a roadmap for using LLaMA 3 responsibly. Now let's talk about deployment. Meta didn't just make LLaMA 3 smarter, they made it easier to use as well. They fine-tuned the model's tokenizer to make it 15% more efficient than its predecessor, LLaMA 2. Plus, the GQA helps the model work faster without sacrificing accuracy. And the best part, you'll be able to get your hands on LLaMA 3 no matter what cloud provider or model host you prefer. Now, Meta matched Model 3 against some heavyweight contenders to see how it stacks up in the real world. They threw 1,800 different challenges at it, covering everything from giving advice to writing code. And you know what they found? LLaMA 3 didn't just hold its own, it blew the competition out of the water. Against Claude Sonnet, LLaMA 3 came out on top in over half the challenges, tying in around 13% and losing in only about a third. And Mistral Medium? LLaMA 3 didn't just win, it dominated with almost 60% of the challenges in its pocket. But the real surprise was that LLaMA 3 even outperformed the mighty GPT 3.5. Yep, you heard that right. LLaMA 3 won over 60% of the challenges against GPT 3.5, tying in around 10% and losing in just over a quarter of the evaluations. And let's not forget about its own sibling, LLaMA 2. LLaMA 3 didn't just improve on the old model, it left it in the dust. With over 63% of the challenges in its favor, LLaMA 3 proved that it's the new kid on the block and it's here to stay. For normal users, the release of LLaMA 3 opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Imagine AI-powered apps and services that can help with everything from writing stories and coding to crunching numbers and getting stuff done faster. The sky is the limit. Now, for those apps to really shine, developers need to work their magic and fine-tune LLaMA 3 just right. That's where Meta comes in. They're not just throwing LLaMA 3 out into the wild and hoping for the best, they're giving developers all the tools, guidance, and support they need to make sure things go smoothly. Meta's rolled out some pretty useful trust and safety tools like LLaMA Guard 2 and Cyber's Eval 2 to keep things safe and secure. And let's not forget about Code Shield that sifts through code suggestions to weed out any security risks. But that's not all. Meta's also teamed up with TorchTune, a slick new library designed to make fine-tuning and experimenting with LLaMA 3 a breeze. With TorchTune, developers can whip up custom training recipes and experiment with different settings, all within the familiar confines of PyTorch. And here's the really cool part. You don't even need a supercomputer to get in on the action. With platforms like HyperStack and powerful GPUs like NVIDIA's A100 or H100, you can fine-tune LLaMA 3 and experiment to your heart's content. Plus, HyperStack's web UI makes it easy to load up the model and get started on your next big project. So whether you're looking for the next big thing in AI or a developer itching to build something amazing, LLaMA 3 has you covered. With its power, flexibility, and support from Meta and platforms like HyperStack, the future's looking pretty darn bright.